Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Tuesday, December 14th, at 3:26 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 646 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Oklahoma Governor Stitt won't renew hunting, fishing compacts with Cherokee, Choctaw tribes. Factory bosses to workers before tornado: if you leave, you're more than likely to be fired. Kim Kardashian appears to scold Northwest for giving a live TikTok tour of their house without permission. Air Force discharges 27 for refusal to get COVID vaccine. Conor McGregor said he gained 34 pounds of muscle in 6 months, but experts say that's nearly impossible. California orders statewide mask requirements starting Wednesday. Cracks could cause key ice shelf holding back Doomsday Glacier to collapse. Packers backup QB dressed for his first game in 4 years and Aaron Rodgers had him take the final snaps of the win. Fox News reporter brings up $500,000 Christmas tree fire in White House briefing, asks Psaki whether suspect release is good governing. Hilaria Baldwin recalls Alec Baldwin shushing her during birth of son. He sounded like an A&M coward. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Apple closes in on $3 trillion market value, Reuters. January 6 Capitol riot probe votes for House to hold Trump aide Mark Meadows in contempt of Congress, CNBC. Monday Night Football odds, spread, line, Rams vs. Cardinals prediction, NFL picks from expert who's 36-21, CBS Sports. Kramer's lightning round, I would sell out of Neo soon, CNBC. History made, millions saved, 1 year later, surreal moments of COVID-19 vaccine debut live on, USA Today. Biden and Manchin hold productive call as president tries to secure senators' vote on Build Back Better bill, CNN. Kim Kardashian says no way she can reconcile with Kanye over divorce, TMZ. COVID-19 live updates, California and New York reinstate indoor mask mandates amid Omicron concerns, The Washington Post. The Golden Globe nominations are out. Does anybody in Hollywood care? NBC News. Amazon criticized over safety at tornado hit warehouse, BBC News. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. January 6 panel set to vote on holding Mark Meadows in contempt. More, Meadows protect pro-Trump people email may explain military reluctance to deploy troops. CNN host says DRO's refused interview because he feared angering Fox. Pathologist, Dante Wright's gunshot wound wasn't survivable. Latino father's death by police in California is ruled a homicide 8 months later. Chauvin expected to plead guilty in Floyd civil rights case. Britain confirms world's first known COVID-19 Omicron variant death. Billie Eilish, I think I would have died from COVID had I not been vaccinated. Supreme Court won't block vaccine mandate for NY health workers. No time to die actor Naomi Harris says huge star assaulted her. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Police arrest teen, seize firearms from home. Group prepares truckload of supplies for residents. Car crashes into home causing gas leak. Arrest made in murder of deputy constable. Police say man was beaten to death. Man falls of ladder, hospitalized 24 days. University launches new solar energy program. Specialized school for kids with disabilities. Shop with the sheriff brings early Christmas. Man charged after gouging eyes of police K9. The next headlines are from the 5th most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. Jail officer who led others to safety is among the 74 killed in tornadoes. Teachers hit the floor to scoop up cash, critics give the event an F. January 6th committee recommends contempt charge for Meadows. Charles R. Morris, iconoclastic author on economics, dies at 82. Vicente Fernández, the king of machos and heartbreak. There is a world of good we can do. Take action now to curb inflation. Deals reached on 3 major NYC transportation projects. Lawyers clash again over subpoena for Trump's financial records. No U.S. troops will be punished for deadly Kabul drone strike. The following headlines are from the 6th most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. And Apis, RHOBH and Apis, stars Lisa Rinna, Erica Jane and Garcelle Beauvais test positive for COVID, production halted, reports. Ransomware attack strikes Virginia State Legislative Agency. Zach Stacy tells police his ex-girlfriend and Apis, staged and Apis, brutal attack, and Apis, she set me up and Apis. Tom Cotton slams Biden for allowing China to threaten Taiwan and Apis, by force, not by negotiation and Apis. Joe Biden is blaming the American people over low poll numbers, Jesse Waters. Kentucky candle factory survivor who lost boyfriend in tornado says unidentified and Apis, Superman and Apis, saved her life. Michigan school shooting suspect Ethan Crumbley and Apis, S defense attorney discusses next steps. Former and Apis, General Hospital and Apis, actor Ingo Rademacher sues ABC over vaccine mandate. Fantastic Beasts, The Secrets of Dumbledore trailer sees Mads Mikkelsen replace Johnny Depp as Grindelwald. CNN producer accused of child sex crimes wants to decried growing the news stories of child abuse cases in old tweet. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Tuesday, December 14th. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Hundreds of people are evacuated from shops and offices in London's Leicester Square. How to use a homeowner's right to light to prevent a neighbor's extension. Hissing under the Christmas tree, family find one of the world's most venomous snakes among the bubbles. Video, Golden Retriever Hudson plays lazy fetch. COVID-19 working from home, London's roads are quietest for 5 months during Tuesday term time. Boris faces 70-strong Tory revolt over Nazi-style Plan B today. JAD booking chaos saw 4.4 million try to book a slot but just 545,000 get one. Lip service men, Welsh guards compete to be crowned winner of the Mustache on Parade. Dr. Christmas Bob Pranga reveals his top house decorating tips. Items people are finding in their yards after a deadly tornado rolled through the Midwest. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Wealthy nations rush boosters to counter Omicron as poorer nations await first doses. Hong Kong officials distance themselves from Nanking footage. Person on Israeli PM's flight from UAE tests COVID positive. Russia blocks UN move to treat climate change as a global security threat. Omicron variant more resistant to vaccines but causes less severe COVID, major South African study concludes. 7 migrants killed, 3 injured in car accident in Hungary. Documents link Huawei to China's surveillance programs. Europe, US frustrated with Iranian stance in nuclear talks. Turkey, Armenia to appoint envoys in bid to normalize ties. With diplomatic boycott of the Olympics, Biden seeks middle ground. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. COVID live, China reports first Omicron cases, Norway to tighten restrictions. Biden and Manchin to meet amid race to pass Build Back Better agenda, live. Vladimir Putin says he resorted to driving a taxi after fall of Soviet Union. Lewis Hamilton says FIA manipulated last lap showdown in radio message. France seeks to ban ultra-right groups suspected of attacking anti-racists. Inquiry launched into drunkenness at sea after ship's crash in Baltic. The murders at Starved Rock, will we ever know who killed 3 women in 1960? Why it's time to say goodbye to Tiger King. Golden Globe nominations 2022, Belfast and The Power of the Dog lead the pack. How bad were the U.S. tornadoes and what caused them? The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Tornado slammed parts of Kentucky face long recovery. Coroner to issue brain test results of NFL player who shot 6. Hayden becomes first black woman to win national diving title. Union rep, teachers should not be crawling on ice for money. Indonesia lifts tsunami alert after powerful undersea quake. Air Force discharges 27 for refusal to get COVID vaccine. January 7th sentencing set for men convicted in Arbery killing. California brings back mask mandate as virus cases rise. January 6th committee recommends holding Mark Meadows in criminal contempt. Study, winter tornadoes to get more powerful as world warms. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Srinagar, 3 dead, 11 injured in militant attack on police bus. Global supply chain, Toyota extends Japan production stoppages. Pentagon, no U.S. troops to be punished for Afghan drone strike. Saudi Arabia allows freethinkers to talk to students. Record numbers of young Guatemalans migrate north, leaving families in limbo. Miami is banking on cryptocurrency and New York wants in. How to make electricity for your neighbors. Nagaland killings, anger grows after Indian Army's botched ambush. Apology to U.S. teachers over Dash for Cash charity stunt. Canada offers up to $40 billion to compensate Indigenous children. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. South Africa finds Omicron highly transmissible and more resistant to COVID-19 vaccines. Girl sheltering with family killed in tornado. UK reports first known Omicron death, California mandates masks indoors, US tops 50 cases, today's COVID-19 updates. Today in history for December 14th. Larry Nassar survivors reach $380 million settlement. Kentucky governor confirms 74 dead after devastating weekend tornadoes, 26,000 without power. In Kentucky more than 70 killed in tornado outbreak. Chicago expected to pay $2.9 million to black woman after police raided wrong home, handcuffed her naked. Storm-drenching drought-stricken California, U.S. West. Judge denies lawyer's request to transfer Oxford school shooting suspect out of adult jail. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Judge denies Los Angeles Police Department union's request to temporarily halt vaccine mandate. Former OC Sheriff's deputy charged with pouring scalding water on man in jail. Former DWP Chief Cyber Risk Officer agrees to plead guilty to lying to authorities. California's new indoor mask mandate, what you need to know. 5 things to know about Mayor Eric Garcetti's confirmation hearing. California orders statewide mask requirements starting Wednesday amid rising coronavirus cases. Biggest storm of the season expected in Southern California on Tuesday. Photos, storm wallops Northern California and is headed to the Southland. New laws in Central America are upending Biden's fight against corruption. Southern California spared major fires as storms end an unprecedented season. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Tuesday, December 14th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Georgian authorities fail to produce autopsy 5 months after journalist's death. U.S. will not discipline troops over 10 civilian drone deaths in Kabul, as Pentagon accused of absolving itself of accountability. Tokyo lawyers to collect info on police stopping foreigners for questioning. Russia says it may be forced to deploy intermediate-range nuclear missiles in Europe. U.S. drone strike that killed Afghan civilians will go unpunished, officials say. All aboard for a new track record. Travelers can now go all the way from Portugal to Singapore on the longest continuous railway journey in the world. 7.3 magnitude earthquake hits off coast of Indonesia. Indonesia issues tsunami warning after magnitude 7.5 earthquake. Brain surgeons and rocket scientists no brighter than the rest of us, study finds. Police send girl, 14, back to parents who tried to sell her into marriage. Canada apologizes for scourge of military sexual misconduct. Chinese e-commerce giant Alibaba has dismissed a female employee who accused a male superior of raping her during a business trip, claiming she spread falsehoods. It is one of the latest in a string of high-profile assault allegations against men in power, as China's Me Too movement struggles. 3 Canadians with mental health conditions receive legal access to psilocybin mushrooms. Many Omicron patients not as seriously ill as in previous COVID waves, say doctors, BBC News, The Global Herald. A police massacre, Colombian officers killed 11 during protests against police violence, report finds. The next headlines are from Forbes. Inflation surge puts $3.5 trillion of Asia's money in peril. U.S. Air Force discharges 27 active duty members for failing to comply with COVID-19 vaccine mandate. Review, Spider-Man, No Way Home almost inexplicably lives up to the hype with a fantastic Tom Holland performance. Ella Toon agrees multi-year deal with Wow Hydrate to inspire next generation. Review, Spider-Man, No Way Home gets caught up in nostalgia and fan service. The Green Bay Packers move into the NFC's number 1 seed. 2021 MLB postseason player share sees record $90.47 million. Here's how the system works. WWE Raw results, winners, news and notes as Lashley is added to Day 1 title match. Steph Curry needs 2 3-pointers versus Knicks at Madison Square Garden to break the all-time record. Declining car emissions save $270 billion in 1 year, researchers say. The next headlines are from Nature.com. The best science images of 2021. What C-Hub's latest court battle means for research. How the mixed-race mestizo myth warped science in Latin America. Waning COVID superimmunity raises questions about Omicron. Merck's COVID pill loses its luster, what that means for the pandemic. Something in the air, gathering dust that's crossed an ocean. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,750,949,845 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Being the Ricardos composer Daniel Pemberton on crafting an orchestral score with nostalgia and wonder. Africa flexes cinematic muscles at the Academy Awards. Vox Media announces deal to acquire Group 9. 2021 tour stats, Harry Styles sold most tickets, but Stones had highest grosses. Google warns YouTube TV subscribers that Disney, ABC, ESPN and other channels might go dark. Variety's Entertainment Summit, it says, featuring entertainment and media leaders, returns in January. The Weeknd Save Your Tears to his 2021's most viewed video on Vivo. J. Smith Cameron on the Succession Season 3 finale and what's next for Jerry and Roman. California enacts statewide indoor mask mandate amid Omicron concerns. Ingo Rademacher sues ABC over General Hospital vaccine mandate. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Supreme Court again leaves state vaccine mandate in place for healthcare workers. No U.S. troops behind a drone strike that killed Afghan civilians will be punished. Saul Omarova gets candid, banks sank her nomination to become a key regulator. California is imposing a statewide indoor mask mandate. Derek Chauvin is expected to change his plea to guilty in Floyd civil rights case. NASA abuse survivors reach $380 million deal with USA Gymnastics, Olympic Committee. More black families are homeschooling their children, citing the pandemic and racism. Elon Musk is Time's 2021 Person of the Year. Frustrated that you cannot schedule an IRS callback, Biden signed an order to do that. January 6th panel votes to hold Meadows in contempt, sending a criminal refer to House. The following headlines are from the week. House January 6th committee votes to hold Mark Meadows in contempt. Amid rise in COVID-19 cases, California reinstates indoor mask mandate. No U.S. troops will be punished for botched Afghanistan drone strike, Pentagon rules. How political campaign emails fan the flames of the misinformation fire. Biden will survey deadly tornado damage in Kentucky on Wednesday. Hundreds of gymnasts reach $380 million settlement over Larry Nassar abuse. War can never be humane. Billie Eilish believes she would have died from COVID-19 if she was unvaccinated. The Succession finale was brilliant. Time to end the series. The DR's show to end as host runs for office. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. COVID-19 robbed me of the joys of teaching. The next headlines are from Universe Today. One feature Mars has that we don't, polar megadunes. Even really massive stars seem to have planets. This incredible photo of the sun is made up of 150,000 individual photographs. M87 supermassive black hole is spewing out a spiraling jet of material. These are the news headlines for today, Tuesday, December 14th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Geminid meteor shower 2021 peaks December 13th to 14th. Hundreds of new exoplanets from Kepler data. The next news is from Politico. EU slaps sanctions on Russian mercenary group. New GOP Senate candidates signal trouble for McConnell's leadership. Hundreds of House districts are being redrawn. Here's who's winning and losing. He's got to condemn this. Panel releases urgent January 6th texts from Donald Trump Jr., lawmakers and Fox hosts. Opinion why liberals are the only ones who care. Chris Wallace left Fox. $380 settlement reached with victims of U.S. gymnastics scandal. Defense claims politics behind indictment of Rep. Jeff Fortenberry. California to require indoor masking statewide. No troops disciplined in U.S. strike killing Afghan civilians. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. It's getting harder not to hate Australia for its iron border. Australia Newsal Hive, NSW, Victoria COVID-19 cases grow, WA locks in border reopening. Mandatory masks likely to come back in Queensland. Temperatures to soar across NSW, bringing elevated bushfire risk. Monarchists turn on Nationals caravan over Republic support. Basketball fallout, players, coaches issued pleas explains after wild NBL weekend. Terrifying Confederate statue of Nathan Bedford Forrest is removed. China's unambitious economic goal for 2022 sends an ominous signal to Australia. Victorian teachers vow to strike and campaign for new workplace deal. Now what? All the questions we have after Succession season finale. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. YouTube TV alerts subscribers that they're about to lose ESPN, ABC, National Geographic and other Disney-operated channels. Mem Money, diamond-handed hodlers of GameStop and AMC take a Monday pummeling from the soft-handed crowd. Living with climate change, was the deadly Kentucky tornado due to climate change? It's complicated. The number 1, Elon Musk named Times Person of the Year, is this a blessing or a curse? Washington Watch, Biden's biggest challenges in 2022, convincing Americans the United States is on the right track, winning the economy battle, analysts say. Financial crime, holy cow, Colorado rancher bilked investors out of $5 million in cattle Ponzi scam. Samsara IPO, 5 things about the cloud-based operations company. Personal Finance Daily, how to help tornado victims in Kentucky, and 8 simple rules to maximize wealth. This isn't Squid Game, it's South Dakota teachers actually crawling on ice to grab money for their schools. This $69 little black dress is made out of carbon emissions collected from steel mills. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. The biggest patent rulings of 2021, Law 360. College of Engineering duo named Fellows of the National Academy of Inventors Research Horizons. Opinion Trump's PowerPoint coup plotters were crackpots, we may not be so lucky next time, The Washington Post. I-Core to present details about its integrated manifold system, IMS, wet fluid delivery architecture at Semicon Japan 2021, Business Wire. Marilyn Willie Obituary, 2021, Toledo, The Blade, Legacy.com. Barbed wire telephone lines connected the old frontier, successful farming. A brief look at the patent law as amended for the 4th time, Lexology. Alpine 4 Holdings, ALPP, acquires RCA Commercial Electronics, a continuation from the American conglomerate founded in 1919, Yahoo Finance. Hyperfine appoints new board of directors, Yahoo Finance. Copyright Amendment Bill tabled for first reading, The Sun Daily. The next headlines are from Quartz. Apple looks set to be the first stock with a $3 trillion market cap. Peloton doesn't care about your TV spoilers, and neither does social media. What a decade's worth of data says about the EU's progress on emissions. Intel wants to take you inside the metaverse. Living with COVID-19. Elon Musk is Time Magazine's Person of the Year. Alibaba fired a Me Too accuser for harming the company's reputation. For global companies, diversity and inclusion can get lost in translation. The U.S. is delaying China's dreams of a domestic chip supply chain. Torado Dex Toll. The following headlines are from TechDirt. EU IPO study indicates it's likely that piracy traffic has decreased significantly, even during the pandemic. Department of Justice tells courts they don't need to explore the constitutionality of Section 230 to toss Donald Trump's dumb lawsuits out. UK court says US can extradite Julian Assange and prosecute him for doing things journalists do. Fraternal Order of Police opposes Biden FCC nom because she supports encryption. Daily Deal, the 2021 complete video production super bundle. The bipartisan attacks on the internet are easily understood if you realize they just want to control speech online. ICE loses access to sensitive utility customer records following pressure by Senator Ron Wyden. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Hoda Kotb. Peloton stock. Elon Musk. Kronos. Fantastic Beasts 3. J.K. Rowling. Taylor Swift. 90-Day Filang. Baby bar exam. Golden Globe nominations 2022. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Watch teachers battle for dollars in schools' funds. First U.S. soldiers get the boot for refusing COVID vax. Elon Musk plans to decrease carbon footprint with fuel. Mass protests against COVID-19 restrictions hit eastern Germany. Californians ordered to mask up into New Year. Biden welcomes Finland buying U.S. jets amid Russia concerns. Ghislaine Maxwell answering for crimes of men, says Amanda Knox. Cancel Terry Gilliam finds new venue to stage musical. USA Gymnastics settles with abused athletes. Putin reveals what he wants from next meeting with Biden. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Foreigners panic but beaten down China stocks last week amid easing bets. Game changer, the FDA approved eye drops that replace reading glasses. Watch, bizarre moment, White House caught Taiwanese officials video feed over map. Border Patrol agents forced to undergo woke re-education training amid massive immigration crisis, report. Hospitals dropping vax mandate due to labor shortages, court order. Female U-Penn swimmers demoralized, no matter how much work they put in, they're going to lose. Hillary warns end of democracy if Trump wins in 2024, MSNBC gets even more dramatic with Biden overthrow. San Francisco drug overdose deaths nearly triple COVID. Dodge panics, unleashes short-term liquidity for first time since 2006 amid repo spike. The high price of Bidenomics. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Canada defense leaders apologize for sexual abuse in the military. Colombia police responsible for 2020 protests massacre, report. Ecuador declares force majeure on all oil contracts. Time magazine names Elon Musk its Person of the Year. Danish ex-minister jailed for separating asylum-seeking couples. How has COVID-19 affected global economy? U.S. will not punish troops for deadly Kabul drone attack. Nasser sexual abuse victims reach $380 deal with USA Gymnastics. Tunisian president announces constitutional referendum in 2022. Putin tells British PM, Russia wants talks to curb NATO expansion. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Catco, we are going to force Biden to return to some Trump border policies to avoid shutdown if we take Congress. Chicago PD hosts buyback, pledges to destroy every firearm they receive. Jussie Smollett's Empire co-star Terrence Howard, he was found guilty, you have to respect that. China begins walking back promises to reduce pollution in the 2030s. Facebook admits in court that fact checks are just opinion. So easy I was cruising, trans U-Penn swimmer bragged about beating female opponents. 90 migrants found in multiple Texas stash houses near border. Video, Philadelphia issues coronavirus vaccine requirements for indoor dining. Susan Sarandon calls for boycott against Kellogg's in solidarity with American union workers. Tibetans chain themselves to Olympic rings to protest Beijing genocide games. The next headlines are from UPI News. Michigan man wins $2 after using same lottery numbers for years. Watch, New Mexico firefighters rescue deer stranded on thin ice. Watch, Malaysian magician sets 2 Guinness World Records with speedy tricks. Watch, family finds venomous snake slithering in their Christmas tree. Look, snowy owl recovering after rescue from front gorilla van. Watch, swimsuit-clad Santas run through Budapest streets for charity. Watch, Utah family transforms home into life-size gingerbread house. Watch, Idaho man breaks Guinness record pushing balloon with face. Watch, cat rescued from a top light pole in Colorado. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Brits reveal their best-loved holiday traditions, like Christmas sweaters. World's vast networks of underground fungi to be mapped for first time to protect trillions of miles. The only monkeys that soak in hot springs to lower their stress, Japan's bathing monkey mystery. Hedgerows are 2,000 times more valuable than we could imagine. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Tuesday, December 14th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. A full Chinese invasion of Taiwan will be very hard, report. Toronto man launches phallic charcuterie board business. Akron police say bridge stolen from Middlebury Run Park. Groom steps out to enjoy some fresh air, gets robbed during his wedding reception. Kim Kardashian passes California baby bar law exam. Starbucks apologizes for selling expired food in Chinese stores. Toyota is going to make you pay to start your car with your key fob. Hertz customers claim they were arrested, some jailed and even held at gunpoint after false theft reports. Hungarian strip-off for Santa run. Takeaway forced to refund customer who complained their ice cream was cold. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Peloton's response to Sex and the City is suspiciously perfect fast for teasing. The Trevor Project shows how even the simplest AI can help save lives. 3 startups every hipster should know before they make it big. Self-driving AI is not just for cars, it's coming to bikes too. Wearable fitness trackers aren't as useless as you think. The Log4j bug exposes a bigger issue, open source funding. Australia's police linking DNA with ancestry could be a privacy nightmare. Slaughter-bits are a step away from your neighborhood, and we need a ban. Founder to Founder, a guide to scaling a startup. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Experimental gene therapy reverses sickle cell disease for years. With fuzzy nanoparticles, researchers reveal a way to design tougher ballistic materials. Research demonstrates that cells with cancer-associated mutations overtake human tissue with age. Potential cure for tropical parasitic disease found in soil. Climate change record in clamshells. Want to limit carbon and curb wildfire? Create a market for small trees. Super mirrors may carry clues to cancer, Alzheimer's disease and COVID-19. Tooth cavities provide unique ecological insight into living primates and fossil humans. Warm-bodied ties between mammals and birds more ancient than previously recognized. Zooming in on tiny defects. The next headlines are from Information Week. An insider's view of Humana's AI program. Why sustainability is the next priority for enterprise software. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Tuesday, December 14th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA selects second private astronaut mission to space station. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Freshman UT rep Blake Moore received low marks for financial ethics, according to report. 3 students detained, West High School lockdown lifted after police investigate firearm threat. We are being very vigilant. 8 Utah schools closed Monday because of threats. A key member of Bayou football's offensive line is staying in Provo. Salt Lake Temple renovation will take much longer than anticipated. See when it might reopen. What happened to Kim Crombo? Utah expanding affordable, ride-sharing service to Salt Lake City's west side. After a warm start to the week, here's how much rain and snow Salt Lake will get. Real Housewives of SLC recap. Jen says her son, 15, was held at gunpoint by police. 21 more Utahns die of COVID-19 over the weekend. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. South Korea to test AI-powered facial recognition to track COVID-19 cases. Apple is about to become the world's first $3 trillion company. Universal control feature for Mac and iPad delayed until spring 2022. Ukraine arrests 51 for selling data of 300 million people in US, EU. One space trip emits a lifetime's worth of carbon footprint. Intel to spend $7 billion on big Malaysia chip-making expansion. Hackers steal $140 million from users of crypto gaming company. Spyware firm NSO Mole shutdown of Pegasus unit, sale of company. Software flaw sparks global race to patch bug. Biden will sign an executive order to move government services online. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. University of Missouri changes rule allowing loaded firearms inside unlocked cars. Missouri flu cases nearly double in a week. Jackson, St. Louis counties challenge ruling that struck down public health officials' powers. Workers killed in Amazon warehouse collapse range in ages from 26 to 62. Gemini meteor shower peaks tonight in St. Louis. This St. Louis County mayor wants to mine and share $1,000 in Bitcoin with citizens. OSHA investigating deadly Amazon warehouse collapse. St. Louis mayor signs bill repealing city marijuana laws. St. Louis man serving 241-year sentence granted parole. Missouri extends WIC benefit increase through March. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. January 6th panel votes for contempt charges against Mark Meadows. Candle factory employees told they'd be fired if they left work early, report. Gymnasts reach $380 million settlement in Larry Nassar abuse case. Navy, sailor accused of igniting warship was disgruntled. California to reinforce mask mandate due to rise in COVID rates. Police investigate suspicious shooting death in El Cajon. Large California school districts eliminate D and F grades. San Diego Wave FC signs soccer superstar Alex Morgan. Construction begins on massive Terminal 1 overhaul at San Diego Airport. Power restored for thousands after morning outage hits North County. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Singapore finally, officially unveils its secret new naval craft. South Korea and Australia signs massive self-propelled howitzer deal. The next headlines are from SUP China, top news about China. Sense Time postpones Hong Kong IPO after more U.S. sanctions. Did a liberal retaliate by firing woman who spoke out about workplace sexual misconduct? Chinese Soccer 2021, a postmortem. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Tuesday, December 14th, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Fremont police investigate suspicious death at Tesla factory. Winter wonderland, snowfall in the Sierra hits peak rates. San Jose's new Vietnamese American Service Center officially opens its doors. Mini mudslides reported in Santa Cruz Zoo burn scar. This Bay Area police agency is investigating former employees for theft of public funds and retirement fraud. Larry Nassar victims reach $380 million settlement with USA Gymnastics. Arkansas restaurant employee fired after receiving $4,400 tip. California to require indoor mask mandate amid Omicron spread. SJPD, 15 arrested in major catalytic converter theft investigation. Watch, Texas man's Lil Jon light show goes viral. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. NFL requiring COVID-19 booster shots by December 27th. Big California storm dumps snow, drenches parched regions. Flag law change a mission accomplished for former Vernon Hills Village trustee. Hospitalizations continue to rise because of the unvaccinated, state health officials say. Chicago Council could vote Wednesday to lift ban on sports betting. Famed White Sox executive Roland Hemon dies at 92. Small Cheval to open first suburban outpost in Rosemont. Teen sentenced to probation, community service for fatal Glenview stabbing. Ethics probe blooms over Newman's primary campaign against Kasten. Addison boy accused of posting threat against a Wooddale school. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Ruby 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 748. Red alert for Tropical Cyclone Rai 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 11.698 million. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth, 156.88 km, in Philippines December 13, 2021, 9:12 UTC, 11,960,000 people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.7 m, depth, 180.1 km, in Mexico December 13, 2021, 7:03 UTC, 4,870,000 people within 100 kilometers. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Peru, Paraguay, Uruguay. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Chile. Drought is ongoing in Cameroon, Nigeria. Drought is ongoing in Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Russia, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Bhutan, China, India, Myanmar. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Tuesday, December 14th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from Cipher Brief Security News and High-Level Analysis. The supply chain is the perfect asymmetric target. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. What caused tornado outbreak? Warm weather a key factor, relationship to climate change unclear. Family of single mom killed during Baytown vigil pleads for information on suspects, it's unfair. Record challenging temps this week. Texas race for lieutenant governor, challenger to unseat Dan Patrick filed to run on deadline day. 19-year-old arrested in connection to ambush shooting that killed Harris Company .4 deputy constable. Former Minneapolis PD officer Derek Chauvin to plead guilty to violating George Floyd's rights. Legal experts perform in musical play. Vicente Fernandez was more than cultural icon to Houston record shop owner. Golden Globes announces nominations to a skeptical Hollywood. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Time tickets to manage traffic on Glacier Park Sun Road. Steelers LB Devin Bush still optimistic despite bumpy patch. Former White Sox, Orioles GM Roland Hemond dies at age 92. Dan Lanning says Oregon will methodically build title teams. Report urges UK government to beef up online safety measure. Penny shines as Seahawks continue to have slim playoff hopes. 49er stars deliver late to avoid another collapse. Jeff Wilson making better decisions, but focus now on eyes. Jurors at Potter trial see differences between gun, taser. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. MTA to pilot $33 weekly unlimited rides for Omni users. Extra, there can only be one metaverse. 70% of NJ state workers are vaccinated as COVID cases continue to climb. Midtown's hidden burger joint is finally back in action, still its glorious old self. JFK Airport set to get a brand new, $9.5 billion Terminal 1. People need to go outside, Rikers detainees say loss of rec time is intensifying jail's crisis. Early edition, Vax Daddy is running for office in Queens. SNL recap, the holidays come early to SNL with host Billie Eilish. Succession power rankings, all the bells say. Grading de Blasio, assessing the mayor's pledge to improve democracy. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Chief UN prosecutor looks forward to achieving justice for victims of 1994 genocide against the Tutsi in Rwanda. Remember the Rohingya forced to run for their lives. UN steps up action on sexual misconduct in wake of car allegations. New platform for childhood cancer medicines counters unacceptable imbalance in survival rates. Rising suicides shine spotlight on Malawi's mental health burden. Tackling corruption, important step for inclusive, sustainable development. CPJ's census on jail journalists reveals distressing intolerance of independent journalism. UNFPA, $835 million needed for life-saving reproductive health care in crisis settings. Extremists harm image of Islam and Pakistan. When the glass house by the East River exploded in laughter. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. White House enlists major news orgs to generate more positive spin on inflation, supply chain crisis. Pfizer buys pharma rival Arena in all-cash deal worth $6.7 billion. Pfizer documents reveal variety of vaccine side effects. California is the only state to hide its spending, nearly $300 billion a year. South Korea to use facial recognition cameras to track COVID cases, ensure mask compliance. The horrifying inflation crisis that you were warned about is here. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Are these steep driveway photos real? Dinner with Trump contest promotes dinner without Trump. 1 year of vaccines, many lives saved, many needlessly lost. Has Switzerland approved 3D printed pods for assisted suicide? Panther the cat rescued after days-long utility pole perch. Pandemania, twin cubs in French zoo take first steps in public. Thousands without heat, water after tornadoes kill dozens. Vicente Fernandez, revered Mexican singer, dies at 81. Bah, humbug, Italy bishop tells children Santa doesn't exist. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Don Jr., Fox stars begged Meadows, get Trump to stop Capitol riot. Interested in trying 2021's hottest footwear trend? Here's where to buy quality cowboy boots online. Man confesses to murdering ex-girlfriend on live stream before killing ex-wife and himself. Black students at this Texas high school are terrified after white classmates' lynching threat. Gun-obsessed teens plotted violent rebellion at Pennsylvania high school, police say. This B-Day changed my life, and didn't require a fancy setup. Convent school hit by Russian teen bomber was slammed as a hellish place. You can get the coveted Roomba vacuum for just $175 right now. The View asks, is Fox now the Tucker Carlson fake news network after Wallace exit? I was in the throes of withdrawal. Alex Murdaugh speaks out about botched attempted suicide plot. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Former Chris Cuomo producer trained girls as young as 7 in sexual subservience, court docs. Ex-Jet Josh Bellamy gets 3 years in prison for COVID-19 relief fraud. Substitute teacher arrested after Snapchat video allegedly shows her having sex with student. House January 6 panel recommends contempt charges for former Trump Chief of Staff Mark Meadows. Congress debt limit hike ignores our dangerous addiction to spending. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Take a tour of the solar system's planets. It's time for the spectacular G-minute meteor shower. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Dr. David August on what the US can learn from the Omicron tidal wave headed for the UK. The Gemini's meteor shower peaks tonight. Here's how to watch. 1 year after first Pfizer vaccination, COVID case continue to rise. Author Dennis Drabell on how national parks came to be. Deadly tornadoes sweep through 6 states. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Parasite actress Park So-dam receives treatment for thyroid cancer. Air Force cuts 27 service members for being unvaccinated. 2 lions sedated after escaping cages at Singapore airport. Longest-serving NICE lawmaker, Assemblyman Richard Gottfried, announces retirement after 50 years in office. Dad sexually abused his 12-day-old son, report. De Blasio insists he has only fundraised in good faith despite damning letters from NYC ethics watchdog. Schumer cuts deal to supercharge transit with 4 new Bronx stations and repaired Lear tunnels. More than 100 still missing, 74 dead in Kentucky tornado tragedy. Former pro wrestler Jimmy Ray dies months after triple amputation at age 39. The following headlines are from military.com. Kentucky National Guard deploys hundreds of troops to help with tornado devastation. No troops disciplined in U.S. strike killing Afghan civilians. Who are the Brown Berets, the Air Force's best-kept secret? At least 15 lawmakers who shape U.S. defense policy have investments in military contractors. As U.S. and China warily eye each other, Taiwan could be the flashpoint. Truly not alone, Air Force spouse trying to improve mental health for military families on Okinawa. We fought strictly alone, airman who face German tax battle wants military to step up. One of the greatest generation, a final farewell to Bob Dole. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. NBA postpones the Chicago Bulls' next 2 games because of the team's COVID-19 outbreak, which stands at 10 players in the last 2 weeks. As OSHA investigates, Governor J.B. Pritzker surveys damage at Amazon warehouse where 6 died. This is a tragedy of enormous proportion. Roland Hammond, a decorated baseball executive who was the GM of the 1983 Chicago White Sox, dies at 92. Ricketts, Wirtz, Reinsdorf make the case for stadium sports betting to Chicago aldermen. Preckwinkle defends party loyalty pledge as Cook County Democrats hear from challengers to Assessor Fritz Keege and Sheriff Tom Dart. GOP governor candidate Aaron Bailey taps suburban former right-wing talk show host as running mate. Student threatens shooting at Niles Culver School less than a week after threat at Gemini School. Dawn Mellema, longtime WBBM AM news reporter, dies. Mayor Lori Lightfoot dismisses questions about her text messages with aldermen. We get things done. $2.9 million settlement for Anjanette Young over bungled police raid advances to City Council. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Team develops the world's first optical oscilloscope. Spelunking on the moon, new study explores lunar pits and caves. Einstein's theory passes rigorous 16-year tests. Swirling bacteria mimic Van Gogh's The Starry Night. NASA to launch 4 Earth science missions in 2022. Researchers identify and characterize a sour receptor conserved from fruit flies to humans. An enemy within, pathogens hide in tissue. A missing link in the MHC class divergence puzzle, Class II came first. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Tuesday, December 14th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. A major time travel perk may be technically impossible. Are we ready for the next big solar storm? The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Adoption across races. I know my parents love me, but they don't love my people. Could be months before cause of death known for 2 teens, father found in Renton apartment. Rio Favela seeks to improve kids' lives through golf. Seahawks Rashad Penny deserves a shot to be the team's primary running back, Pete Carroll says. Move to transfer City Hall Park from Seattle to King County runs into pushback. GA Southern women beat Carver by 118, second largest DI margin. Rams LB Hollins, Cardo LPU active for Monday's game. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. January 6th panel votes to hold Meadows in contempt of Congress. Fremont, person found dead outside Tesla Motors facility. Chicago Bears erupted for 27 first-half points, then watched their lead quickly disappear. Brad Biggs 10 thoughts on the 45-30 loss to the Green Bay Packers. Oakland reaches grim milestone as city ties 2012 homicide mark. Insurer reaches deal on $800 in settlement in Boy Scouts bankruptcy. 49ers on Monday, injury situation heading into Atlanta game. Letters, preventing crime losing road divided nation preserving memory conservative opposition adding to problem troubled earth. Column, Dan Hampton's brush with the law reflects his latest offense, too many stupid mistakes. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Biden administration challenged on climate claims over tornado disaster. UNCF, Boys and Girls Clubs announce programs to move students into STEM fields. Lloyd Austin vows to address Navy families' contaminated water supply at Pearl Harbor. Arizona School District lets trans students pick new names on IDs. California reinstates indoor mask mandate. Air Force discharges 27 for refusing COVID-19 vaccine. Inside the Beltway, Donald Trump still an obsession for Democrats. Austin says no punishments for botched drone strike in Afghanistan that killed 10 civilians. Dems get tough on crime when it is January 6th defendants behind bars. Virginia General Assembly IT agency hit by ransomware attack. The next headlines are from The Intercept. After deadly warehouse collapse, Amazon workers say they received virtually no emergency training. Journal retracts paper based on DNA of vulnerable Chinese minorities. U.S. sanctions could starve millions of Afghans. Will Congress act? Startup pitched casing migrants from drones, video reveals. The Intercept 2021 Annual Staff Demographic Survey. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Tuesday, December 14th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. New City College's program helps place students in carpentry union jobs. More evidence of COVID-19's deadly toll on older Americans. American democracy is under siege. America's foolish trade policy with China is a bigger problem than supply chain woes. Bears Mario Edwards, one of 37 NFL players to test positive for coronavirus. Fired black educators reach $9.25 settlement with CPS. Monday's high school basketball scores. Only police reform will save the city from paying millions more for misconduct. Two shot at Westdale's Dinjualasco parking lot. With 4 games to play, Justin Fields focuses on future. The next headlines are from the Times of India. IMF warns of crypto risks, suggests global standards. Spyware firm NSO Mole shut down of its Pegasus unit, report. NGT gives nod for Delhi Dunu 11K trees to be cut. Panel on MSP and farm issues very soon, government. Rajnath, our responsibility to fulfill vision of Gen Rawat. DRDO successfully tests indigenous missile-assisted torpedo system. Omicron no reason to rush booster decision, experts. Chakta Fat, India, a Miss Universe after 21 years. CBSE drops misogynistic question after Furor LS. Gujarat puts COVID toll at 10,099, but clears 16,175 ex gratia claims. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Tuesday, December 14th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Tobin Wig returns to Houston with his musical family and Houston legends. Review, Snowy Day, Little Mermaid, Reindeer Monologues and Panto Little Mermaid. Seattle Seahawks shut down Houston Texans, 33-13. Upcoming food and drink events in Houston this week. Things to do, Hayes Carl at the Heights Theater. Review, Jeremy Renner in Waukegan, Mayor of Kingstown. Things to do, The Aces, Warehouse Live, December 17th, 2021. The next headlines are about world records making news. PTO clarifies fastest times listing after Christian Blumenfeld's record-breaking Ironman time, Triathlon Magazine Canada. Students knit Peggy squares for Timaru's world record attempt, Stuffco NZ. Clockwork Aquario scores a world record ahead of North American launch, cooptimus.com. The 20 biggest fish caught in 2021, Field and Stream. 3 Guinness World Records in 3 days at Science Fest, Times of India. Max Biaggi sets new speed record on Voxen Electric, Cycle World. Malaysian magician sets 2 Guinness World Records with speedy tricks, UPI News. Fan sets Guinness World Record at US Bank Stadium, Vikings.com. Pakistan sets Guinness record for most cars at drive-in concert, Arab News. The biggest vegan burger in the world weighs 358 pounds, Thrillist. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Gotham Knights will be the CW's next big DC superhero show. Kevin Feige thinks genre bias is what's holding Marvel movies back during award season. Biden signs executive order to make dealing with U.S. government suck less. Police group says Biden's FCC nominee is too dangerous because of encryption. The very best retro game consoles. Screen's new poster tries to spoil you. Huawei made a smart water bottle that runs Harmony OS because why not? This could be the end for surveillance giant NSO Group. Apple's next iPhone Southeast could beat Android at its own game. Don't Dope Until Christmas might be the laziest holiday horror movie ever. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Marble Bar in Australia at 110.48 degrees Fahrenheit or 43.6 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Kurbo in Russia at minus 63.94 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 53.3 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. The situation is critical. Minnesota hospitals beg people to get vaccinated. iOS 15.2 and macOS 12.1 add several previously delayed features. Logitech G303 Shroud Edition Review, $130 wireless mouse for big-handed gamers. Here's how much Hyundai's cool, new Ioniq 5F will cost. $25 Red Ring of Death poster commemorates Microsoft's billion-dollar Xbox screw-up. Woman lost at Metaverse Instagram handle days after Facebook name change. Sony offers official PS5 faceplate colors after pushing out competition. As Log4 shell wreaks havoc, payroll service reports ransomware attack. Toyota owners have to pay $8 more to keep using their key fob for remote start. This little piggy doesn't like heat and low barometric pressure. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Texas school investigating after white student sent slur-riddled lynching threat in prom group chat. Liz Cheney hammers Trump for refusing to act for 187 minutes even after Sean Hannity begged him to. Capitol Riot Committee votes to recommend criminal contempt charges against Mark Meadows. Former D.C. National Guard commander gives new info to Capitol Riot Committee. Liz Cheney reads bombshell January 6 text messages, including panicked messages from Don Trump Jr. Regretful MAGA rioter says Trump lied to him in apology letter to judge. Dooger exposed now, former GOP chairman thinks Mark Meadows will ultimately cop a plea. Atheists are among the most likely to be vaccinated for COVID, and white evangelicals are among the least. Mark Meadows' botched book rollout completely blew up in his face, GOP operative. Kentucky factory workers threatened with being fired if they left work to escape deadly tornado, report. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. What if media covered the war on democracy like an actual war? It's not over and they have to fix what they did. An Afghan refugee demands the U.S. not forget her family. The Amazon warehouse in the backyard. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. The search for ET in 2021, SETI Institute. Stateside, Wednesday, December 13, 2021, Michigan Radio. Tiny meteors leave smoke in the atmosphere, NASA. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Chan Zuckerberg commits $500 million to Harvard Neuroscience and AI Institute, Harvard Magazine. Competitive dynamics underlie cognitive improvements during sleep, pnas.org. Aptinics to present at the 40th Annual J.P. Morgan Healthcare Conference, Joplin Globe. University of Helsinki, over €2 million awarded to the University of Helsinki and Aalto University for research identifying mechanisms of depression, India Education Diary. Local dendritic balance enables learning of efficient representations in networks of spiking neurons, pnas.org. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. Lessons on Longevity from Superheroes by Robert Roy Britt, December, 2021. Elemental. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Tuesday, December 14, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Tuesday, December 14th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News.8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News.8. All rights reserved.